Craig, I want to listen to Mitch Marner's comments once again, and then you'll get the floor.
Okay.
How do you deal with pressure at a time like this?
Like I said, just don't focus on outside noise. Don't focus on really anything on social media like I've been preaching all year long, and don't listen to what you guys are saying.
The floor is yours, my friend.
Okay,
you don't need me to tee you up.
No, but Mitch doesn't have to be concerned about what's outside. He doesn't have to be worried about social media or what anybody's saying. But what he does need to be concerned about is looking himself hard in the mirror and going, I haven't done enough. I haven't done enough now. I didn't do enough last year when it mattered. I didn't do enough the year before when it mattered. That's the true measure of self-evaluation. That's where you look at yourself. He's right. It doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter. But you have to take that long, hard look and go, I haven't been anywhere near good enough. I haven't done enough to help my team win. End of story. That's all that matters. And I don't care what Mitch Marner says. Your actions will speak far louder than any words you could speak. This, Gino, is not a one-off. This has happened time and time again in big games for Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews and William Nylander and John Tavares. Time and time again. This isn't just Game 3. It goes back years, and it's been there for them, and there's only one way they're going to address it, is by changing the story.
And that's what I want to ask you about, because now this is not a one-off or two-off or a three-off. It is a clear pattern.
Yes, it is.
You're a guy who used to be in management in this league. How does that affect the way you look at your core four moving forward in terms of saying how valuable they are in the future of your organization?
So what I would say, you've got to look at it on balance, okay? These are very talented players.
Extremely talented.
Yeah, and we know that.
And well paid.
Yeah, and well paid, but that's what goes.
Yep.
They're high quality players, superstars, stars.
Yep.
So this isn't about just what they are. But now you've got to evaluate, okay, what do they need to do individually, and where can we help them do better? Good. Okay? Those things go hand in hand. I just talked about Mitch Marner. That applies to others. Where can they focus in on their own performances and say where we go? But you look at, and I use Steve Eiserman as an example. Steve Eiserman was a superstar in the league. And there was all these questions surrounding Steve Eiserman. Can he ever win with him?
Could he win?
Yeah. But, you know, Scotty Bowman went in there. He said, listen, we got more talent around there. And we asked Steve to do some different things. And they surrounded him differently. Yeah. You got to be very careful. And I'm going to use the term about people say blow it up. Well, you know what? What does blow it up mean? It's really hard to find players of the quality that the Leafs have in their core four. So you got to do the evaluation. They have to do the self-evaluation. But, you know, it's not meant to be, oh, everything's all good, and then we'll just carry on and we'll hope. There has to be some change with, if they fail, there has to be some change with respect to perhaps one of them, maybe two of them, but more importantly, what's around them. Because once it changed around Steve Eiserman, they ended up winning. And Steve Eiserman, the guy that people thought you couldn't win with, yeah, right, you can win with him.
Listen, much of the Marner criticism stems from the drop-off in his performance in the important games. In games 1 and 2 in a playoff series, more than a point per game. But in games 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, just 1 goal in 32 career games. Craig, to your point, that's an alarming pattern. But Sheldon Keefe continues to come to the defense of his core four.
Those guys carried us offensively through the Tampa series and came through at clutch times, scored us big goals, big moments. We're here playing largely on the backs of how they came through for us in those moments. They'll come through for us again.
It's in
hope and prayer. Listen, Gino, 2020 Game 5 versus Columbus, they didn't come through. Yeah. 2021 against the Montreal Canadiens, when it mattered, they didn't come through. 3 clinching games, they didn't come through Game 7. 2022, Games 6 and 7 versus Tampa Bay, they didn't come through. In a game where they put themselves in, they needed a win, they needed an effort. They didn't come through. Keep believing in them, Sheldon. The bottom line is there's a serious pattern here of them not delivering when it matters the most.
Okay, then let me ask you this question. Is it just the players who aren't delivering, or is the coach not getting the job done? Because when you, as a general manager, hand these guys to your coach, you say, these guys are a really good crop of talented players. And they are, to your point, extremely talented, amongst the most skilled in the entire NHL. Now, the coach has that group, and he can't get the best out of them. So how much of that is on him?
Well, a coach's job is to not only get players to play to the best of their abilities, it's to get the team to play to its potential. If the Leafs go out in this series, clearly Sheldon Keefe hasn't achieved that.
Yeah.
And we all know that the potential is far greater than what they've achieved. And they've said it, not just me looking at it from the outside. This isn't about, being unrealistic. This is a good team, and they're right. But
the talent's there. No one's doubting the talent.
But when push comes to shove, they haven't delivered. No. And that includes the coach.